Yes. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Ram, and on behalf of WWF India, I welcome you all to this second orientation session for the City Nature Challenge. So, first of all, I will tell a little bit about the Nature Challenge itself, and then we'll talk about the iNaturalist app and how we can utilize this app to upload our observations. And then we'll talk about a practice challenge which we have created so that people can get more familiar with the challenge itself totally. And then in the end we'll have FAQ session. So the City Nature Challenge is, as you can see, this is the homepage of this website, which is the biggest nature challenge, and cities around the world collaborate to share their observations from their cities. So this is basically to collect the urban biodiversity data, and this happens on these 4 days. So this is starting after 7 days. So from 28th of April till 1st of May, we will have this time where we will be taking pictures of wild plants and animals, and we'll upload them on the app iNaturalist. And from 2nd till 7th of May, the identification process will go on. And basically, this is the time when we consolidate the results, and then the results will be announced on 8th, which will be the Monday, the following Monday. So that's the basic idea about the City Nature Challenge. And taking part is very easy. What we have to do is we can find the wildlife around us, and we find it like on a daily basis. We see lots of plants, animals, and like let's say butterflies or ants or geckos or even like lots of different types of birds. So all of these are the animals which we see around, and not only these wildlife, but also the traces of this wildlife, and any of these evidences of this wildlife. Like if we see, we can record it on this app. And let's say we saw some wildlife but we're not able to capture the photo, we can also add it on the observations but without photo as well, basically. So this is the general idea is that the biodiversity of the city, and not only city, like the app iNaturalist support everything. Like we can have the biodiversity data uploaded on iNaturalist from anywhere on the globe. But this challenge, City Nature Challenge, is specifically for the urban biodiversity. So once we find some wildlife around us, we can take pictures, and then we can share it on the iNaturalist website. And once we share these observations, we will see the magic of the community on iNaturalist, that a lot of other people who are there, they will look at your observations, and they will also suggest the ID, like identification of that particular species, like which species is this. And even while uploading the observation on the app, you will see that the app will also try to suggest to you that this could be the species which you are uploading here. So depending upon the time of the day, the time of the year, and the place, it will look at the picture and try to identify and match with, the computer vision will try to suggest which species it could be. And we will see this thing in a moment. So this is a citizen science project where whatever observations you upload, they will be used for scientific research. This data will be analyzed and used by the scientific community and even the policymakers and all. So this data is very much useful, and we can see that such data is always crucial if we want to back our efforts to save the wildlife, save the nature around us. For example, recently there was a good win, or we can say like slight good news about Save the Chevella banyan trees movement. And NGT, the National Green Tribunal, gave its order saying that not to chop off the trees as of now, because the community did a great work by geotagging all of these trees which they knew around. And looking at the data, it becomes way more convincing for the policymakers and for these judgments and all of these things. Like at all these places, we can be even stronger about these things. So for example, in Hyderabad itself, we have the very unique we are blessed with a unique landscape of rocks around us. So we have these great boulders, and which are very unique about Hyderabad specifically, and in Telangana. So all of these rocks are very precious. They are very very old, and they have a huge and a great biodiversity values associated with them. So if we have the data about biodiversity in Hyderabad and about these places, we can make our case more strong that this much biodiversity is supported by this. So this is just one of the ways of looking at the data which is collected here. This is used at lots of places. So this is basically like, the magic of citizen science. And to give you a specific example, the whale sharks were moved from vulnerable to endangered category in IUCN based on one of the citizen science projects. So the kind of things which you are doing right now could also lead to such big steps, which like maybe been taken by IUCN or anyone. So this is just an example of the beauty and the magic of citizen science. So these pictures which you are taking and uploading, they are not just made small images about one or two things near your home or something like that. They are contributing to a very big cause. So that's overall about the City Nature Challenge in 2022. You can see how many observations were made and how many species were recorded and how many number of participants were there. Like, they are in tens and thousands and lakhs of numbers in these things. So that's all about City Nature Challenge. Now I'll quickly talk about the City Nature Challenge in Hyderabad, and then we will speak about using iNaturalist app. So this is the project of City Nature Challenge 2023 Hyderabad on iNaturalist website. So you can see this will start in 7 days, and any observation by anyone inside this area of Hyderabad, which is mostly roughly the ORR region. And between these days from April 28th till 1st of May will be considered as part of this project. So whatever observations anyone is making between these 4 days in this particular area of Hyderabad will be considered for this. But now, if you want to look at how this works, and if you want to have a better understanding about this thing, what we have done is we've also created a practice challenge. So this is CNC Hyderabad practice project. And this challenge will start from tomorrow itself. So we have kept the date from April 21st till April 27th, the day before the main challenge starts. So for next 7 days, whatever observations you upload will be collected and shown here. So this is just for your practice. And we also want to ensure that everyone is able to contribute here. So what we'll do is from tomorrow, whatever observations, just put 1 or 2 observations on iNaturalist app, and you will see yourself in this leaders board here, and we'll have further webinars where we'll talk about it. So for now, I'll come to the iNaturalist app, and I would want to show you how you can upload your observations. So I'll just switch to my mobile phone for a minute and show you how we can do it. So okay, you can see my screen, right? Yes. So this is the iNaturalist app. I am opening this app, and I have taken a couple of pictures. So these are my earlier observations which were uploaded. So what we can do is to upload any observation. So as I mentioned, you can go out basically on those 4 days when we have the main challenge. You can go out and you can take pictures of any plants or any wildlife. It can be a butterfly, it can be a mushroom, it can be an ant, it can be a bird, anything. And then you can take the pictures, and at the end of the day, you can upload it on the iNaturalist platform with the help of the app or with the help of website. Anything is fine. You can also do it immediately, but mostly when we are out in nature, we love to just click pictures and leave it at that itself for that moment and enjoy the nature for the time. But it's totally up to you. You can do it. So you can see till now I have uploaded 50 observations. There are 27 species which for which I have updated these photos, and then I also try to identify a few of them. So these are the things which you will see on your Android app. So now the little plus icon which you see in the corner, the bottom right corner, if you click on this icon, you can choose photos or you can take photos right away and upload. So for example, I've taken a couple of photos in the day. So I'll use this choose photos option, and I will try to upload those photos here and show you how we can do it. So let's say I will select this last picture, and we can also do more than one photos. In the top section, you can see the plus. So I will again go to choose photos and I will select, let's say, one more photo. So these are the two photos which I took of a plant near my area, but I don't know which plant is this. So now if I click on what do you see, this section, this will give us suggestions. So it will try to use which area we are in and which, and other details. And it will try to give me which plant is this. And it says we are pretty sure that this is in this genus, but which species is this? It is not sure. So it will give us a couple of suggestions. So if you're sure, you can select one. If you're not sure, you can, just pick the one which is suggested by them. Or even you don't want to do that, or if the suggestions are not made, you can just mention, let's say, plant. That's it. All I know about this thing, the observation which is uploaded, is that this is the plant. So I'll just do this plant here and I can leave it as it is. You see the time is already selected by the app because of, the photo had the time. And it also has the location. So I can click on location, and if this location is already there, like, in the photo, it will try to use that. Or we can just manually select the location. So let's say this is the area in which I was, and I can just click on the tick icon here. And you can also hide your location. There is an option for that as well. And then this option you see down here, this is about, is it a captive or cultivated? So if the plant is cultivated, it was not wild or natural in that area, you mark it. Or if the animal is not wild animal, if it is a captive animal, like, your pets or the animals which you see in zoo, they are not wild animals. Like, they are wild animals, but they are kept in captivity there. So if it is captive or cultivated, you mark this section. Right now, this is not the case, so I will not do that. And if you see add to projects, it says that I can manually add in any of these projects, but I don't have to. Like, if the project, or like if the observation meets the criteria, this will all anyways be added to the project. So if you see here, if I summarize how we can add these observations, number one, I selected two photos and I added here. Number two, I looked at suggestions. I didn't find any suggestion, like I was not confident, so I just wrote plant there. And number three, I just made sure the time and place is mentioned there. And that's it. If it is a captive or cultivated, we can also use the option of captive and cultivated. And then using the tick option, the observation is uploaded, and this will be, it will go out there, and then people will suggest, like, what do they think which one is this. So this was basically about Android. Now I'll switch to iPhone. In the meantime, Farida ma'am, you have anything else to add here?
No, I think you should stop here and ask people if it's clear, or else they
Yes.
want to demonstrate it once more, because before you move on to iPhone, do the
Yeah.
Android demonstration once more in case, just so that it's a kind of a revision for them also.
Definitely, definitely. So everyone, can you please raise your hands if you have any doubts, or if you have any questions, you can raise your hands, or you can just put it in the chat section if you understood the idea how we can do this. If everyone can please message in the chat if they understood, you can just mention okay. Okay, so Mahbub is asked accuracy of upload. So what do you mean by accuracy? Like about the species identification you are mentioning. So about the species identification, we let's say I am not sure which species was this. So I didn't select anything. But then if you see, for example, in this case, let's say I will go down to this common judgebill. So I uploaded this photo of, let's say, this butterfly here, but I didn't know which butterfly is this. So what I did is that I just mentioned, I think butterfly, and then people have suggested that, okay, this looks like common judgment. So this is not only me who, whose observation or whose accuracy will be counted, but this will be, a lot of people are there who are the identifiers and who loves identifying. This is the magic of this app, which I found that once I upload it, so many people will come here and they will suggest which identity, which species this might be. So you don't worry much about identification. I hope that was clear.
Only one has to ensure that the photo is a little bit clearer, not the blurry one, and it should not be the in distance. So if that we can ensure that, then this app will suggest, first of all, this will suggest the photo like a genus or species, so that if you can able to see the resemblance, and if you are like sure that this is the species, then you can select it as Ram said. Otherwise you can just upload it as whether it is an insect or butterfly or a dragonfly or a plant, whatever it is, you just upload it.
Yes.
After that, so as Ram is displaying here, so many people will come to your picture, and then they will start identifying, and they will suggest the correct name for you. So that's how it works.
Yes. And Srikanth is asking, can we upload without naming the species or location and all? We can upload without naming the species. We can just say it is a plant or animal or something like that. But the location is actually quite important. Yes, you can, hide the location. I will show you on the other side. Maybe I can try it here as well. So when it comes to, okay, just 1 minute. So in the location thing, what you can do is you can go to the privacy setting, and then you can say that you don't want to give the exact location. Okay. So for example, here, okay, I just don't know how to do it here exactly, but I'll get back to you about this thing, that in a whatever observation which you are making, we don't have to give the exact location. We can also give other information, like like the area could be slightly bigger, that this is in this part of Hyderabad is this species, and you don't have to specify that, okay, this is the particular location. So that's how, if you are not okay giving the location, you can also obscure that location, and this will not be visible to the observers. Sangeeta ma'am is asked, can we post pics of rocks? If yes, how would the data be shared with the government and send follow? Okay. So basically, for the rocks, we cannot do it. And as I've spoken to other people from Save the Rock Society, like Proka ma'am and Pradeep sir, we'll not have it for the rocks, but there are so many biodiversity and the wildlife around these rocks. So what we're trying to do is we will get the biodiversity data. So these plants and these things with the rocks, and this data will not really be directly shared, but you can take the what we can say, the summary of the data of the biodiversity data. Right now, what you can do is, let me switch to my desktop, and that I can show you that what you can actually do is you can go to the website of iNaturalist, and you can search, let's say in Khajagoda Hills, how many plants and animals are there. You can go and search that particular area, and you will see how many plants and animals have been observed from that area. And you can quote that particular thing, and you can mention it in reports or anywhere, that this much has been recorded here. So that is one of the ways how we can use this data. Okay, so I'll just move to iPhone for now. And how do I stop the presentation here? Just give me a minute. Okay, so now I'll show you how to do it on iPhone. Okay, so I'm sharing it from my wife's phone. So, okay, so this is like, let's say, okay, so okay, so in this case, what we can do is, again, here as well, you see the observe button at the bottom of this page, right? So you see this bottom. Okay, sorry about that. So at the bottom, we have this observe option. So once we click on the observe option, we'll get an option of, choosing the data either from photo gallery or camera. And we can upload the photos here. This is quite like, lagging. So the sync is not proper. So there's lagging behind, but I'll try to make sure that I'm able to convey it properly. So once I click on the observe section at the bottom of the phone, I see I can go to the photo gallery, and then I can select images. So for example, in this case, what I'm doing is I'll take this first example of this photo which I have taken. So, and let's see what it suggests. So this is a people tree, and I will see if it is able to suggest yes. So it says this is a fixed genus and this is a genus Python. So I can select it because I know this is one of the figs. I can also give the exact species, but I think this is enough for now. And you will see, like, once I upload it within a couple of minutes, you will be able to see that people have, will come and they will also provide the exact detail about this. And so in location, again, I can mention the specific location, like, where I have got it from. So for example, I just selected Hyderabad and I can save it. And this is the geo privacy option, which I was telling. In Android also this is there, but I'll just have to look at it. So I can make it private or I can just make it obscure. So now whatever location I have selected, this will not be visible to other people. This will only be visible to me. The captive and cultivated, as we talked about in case of Android, there's the same case here as well. And you see, we don't have to select in case of projects. It says that observation will be automatically included in the project which meets the criteria. So I don't have to do anything about that. So as I was talking in case of Android, the same is the case here. Number one, you can select the picture and you can upload here. Number two, you can mention the species if you know, or the genus. If you don't know, you can just mention plant, and then just make sure that the date and time, these two things are mentioned and given here. I can also click on plus and I can add more photos here. Like, let's say this is another photo of the same tree. So I'm taking these two photos and then I can click on share. That's it. I got it. I can do it one more time. So let's say this time there's this Tulsi tree at my home. So I will just select this. But this is the Tulsi tree which was cultivated at home. So I will select cultivated as yes. In City Nature Challenge, we are accepting all your observations. It can be cultivated or captivated, but we will recommend you to, give more focus on the wild animals. So I just wanted to show you that, if you click on this again, you can just mention this is a plant, but it says this is basil. And I also know that this, this is the holy basil, the species, a specific species name. So if you can mention that here. Otherwise, you can just, leave it with what you already know. So it gives this one option. And it says the location is missing. So yes, we should provide location. So again, I will go back to the area and I will try to provide the location because the location was not there. But in most of the cases, the photos already have the location and the time. So that the time and location will already be there. So this is how we can do it on iPhone. Any questions about iPhone? I'll also show you the best way which I use more than what I use on the app one. This is uploading using the website. So we'll just switch on to the website part now. Okay. So yeah. So what I can do is I can go to this iNaturalist website, and on the top corner you can see this upload option once you sign in here. Okay.
Ram
So
sir, start from Google page itself. Like from
yes,
Google
sure, yes. So what we can do is we can, like, let's say just go to Google and we can say iNaturalist. So we can go to this iNaturalist app, website. This will open up the website. If you are not logged in, it will ask you to log in. So this is the corner. From this corner, you can see that I'm already logged in. Yes, so you can see that I'm already logged in here, and there is an option to upload. So if I click on this upload button, I will go to the page where we can, upload our observations here. So what we can do is we can either drag and drop photos or we can just choose photos manually. So let's say these are the iNaturalist, like, these photos I took today. Now there are 28 photos and, like, quite a few of these species were observed by me. So what the best part I liked about this is that we can do these things, multiple things together. For example, for this one species, I have taken 5 photos. So what I can do is I can drag and drop on top of that. So we see here that these are the 5 photos of the same observation. So now we can see this is one observation and these are 5 photos here. Let it give it a while. The loading metadata is coming. This will also show that these are 5 photos here. Similarly, in this case, because in most of the cases, it is better to take more than one photo so that you can look at that particular observation from different angles and a better prediction can be made by the computer suggestion and also by the ideas, the people who are identifying, who are helping, and the other people, they'll be able to understand better about it. So these are 3 photos of this next plant. This is a mushroom, and I have taken, I think, 4 or 5 photos of this mushroom. So I'm taking here. This is another plant. So I've taken 3 photos of this plant. This is another plant. So these are 5 photos of this plant. Let's say this picture I wanted to take of a pigeon, but I could not take it properly. So I'll just delete this because there's not a clear picture. And a couple of ants, I could not take these pictures also very clearly, but this one is actually quite clear. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ants are visible here, and this one also. So I can just keep whichever I want to. And this is the people tree which I was talking earlier. So I have already uploaded, so I'll just remove these. So you can see if there are, a bunch of photos together which you want to upload. This I liked that, there are so many of these. So these 6 observations I can upload together. There are so many photos here. I can just, click on select all, and then I can. So for example, this date is already mentioned here, but if I want to update the date, I can do it together. For example, the location I want to give for all of these observations, so I can come here. And let's say I can just select, or I can, also search. For example, I'm in Sanat Nagar. So I just want to provide nothing else. So I can just do this. And here we also get this option that if I want to, make this circle bigger or smaller, how much obscure I want to give my location, because, I am little, someone doesn't provide much location about their observations, they can do this. Again, this location is public, obscure, or private. We can mention from here. If any of these is captive or cultivated, I can manually select that there, or if all of them are captive or cultivated, I can mark it here. Otherwise, I can just remove that. And that's it. So now I can click on each one of them, and then this will suggest which species this might be. So let's say I don't know about this thing and I don't want to get into all of this. So I can just mention use plant as placeholder. I just done that. So in this case also, let's say if I'm interested to go and check, okay, this looks similar to this one, but looking at the picture, I don't think this is actually this one. So I can just say this is just a plant. And then I can leave it as it is. This is some mushroom I know. So I can just say mushroom. Given that many of the users are new here, they don't know much about this species. So we can, we don't really have to get into details about that. So this is just, these are just the ants, I know. So it says that this is from this family, but so we can mention that. So we can take these suggestions, and if you are confident, then you can use the suggestion, or you can just mention that this is just a plant or animal, that much itself is sufficient. So yes, all I have to ensure is I have the photo, I have the date and time, and I don't have to worry about this. Even if I leave it empty, that will also be fine, because there will be many observers who will come over, and the people who wants to identify and who loves to identify, they will come and identify. And I can click on submit 6 observations, and that's it. So yes, it is open for questions.
So if anybody have questions, please feel free to ask, or send your message in chat box.
There are a couple of them.
Only on laptop or possible on smartphone too? Ravi sir is asking. It's about the location.
Yes, location and all. We all these features are available everywhere. So, we can use the laptop. We can also use the app. Anything is fine.
Please show it on your smartphone, how you can change the location as you have done now. Please show it.
You mean, okay, manually selecting the location. Yes, I'll do it right away. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Farida ma'am or Kobita ma'am, if you want to add anything, please go ahead.
So as far as I can see in the app, so most of the phones are auto-enabled with the geographical tagging. Like whenever they take photos, it will have the information of the geographical location. So that I have observed here when we are trying to upload the photograph, it will automatically take the exact point of the location. As Ram sir said, you can like edit that location manually if you want to, if you don't want to give exact location of the place, but you try to ensure that you at least provide the details of the location is nearby, the location which is nearby only, so that it would be uploaded in iNaturalist app and the website. So as Ram sir earlier also told that whenever you try to open the locations in and around like on the globe, you can see most of the pointers, like red pointers will be available on the iNaturalist app or website, where the people are mostly contributed. So from this activity also, we are expecting that multiple locations from Hyderabad in these 4 days should be like identified on the project and the iNaturalist app. Even I am also able to see that most of the locations in the Hyderabad still not yet like map. I don't know, the observations are not yet uploaded, or the people might have closed their geographical location privacy. But we are expecting that at least a nearby location should be mapped in this observations, so that we can have a valid observation uploading in the web challenge, and then it can be accessed by the most of the scientists or any researchers who are working on the particular species. That is what exact like our motivation, like motive behind this location mapping and all.
Yeah, adding to what Akbar has said, that's getting this data from different parts of the city or different parts of the country actually helps in ways, for population trends or absence or presence over the years. This will also indicate whether certain species have been found every year or not, or are they found in one part of Hyderabad and not in the other part of Hyderabad. So there's a lot of this that the location helps. Having said that, very recently I have also seen a very nice article on where there was questions about whether iNaturalist should give location details for certain species and things like that. So there is a lot of yes, maybe for threatened species use our location. Like I've seen a tiger somewhere in KBR Park, and I say okay, tiger in KBR Park, then that is actually making the tiger vulnerable. So this is definitely a which is slightly thing, but we can give a nearabouts location. I did not say KBR Park, but I can always say some location nearby that I saw it or something like that. So it helps for further so it should be also. So that's also there.
Yes. So if you were asking about how about the location, as you can see here, I can go to that particular location, and then there is an option in the bottom left corner. You see this the small globe icon you see. So from there, we can actually have this location visibility to obscured or private or open. So if we make it obscured, this location is taken, but on the when others will see this observation, they will not be able to, pinpoint exactly where I have taken this observation. So this option is available on the bottom left corner. There is this small circle you see bottom left. From there, you can go and you can make it obscure. I think this is what you were asking, right?
Yeah, I
Yes.
will check it myself. Yeah, that's
Yes, yes.
And
that's good.
also like changing the location. So Ravi sir is expecting how to change the location which is nearby,
Uh-huh.
not exact
Uh-huh.
point. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So basically, right here, if you see, this is the location section. So what I can do is I can go and let's say this is the location of my home, but instead of here, let's say I have taken this observation near, let's say this ECIC, this ESIC Medical College, this, let's say this park is here. So I've taken it near this park. So I can, select it manually like this. So if I have to show it again, I'll go back. Okay. And you see this location field here. So we can click on this location field. And once we click, we see this globe, this map here. We can click on this option to go to the specific place. And then we can zoom in and zoom out and then select like, whichever area we want to mention. For example, if I've taken something near, let's say Hussain Sagar Lake, then I can go specifically here and I can say, I have taken this bird's picture at this place, for example. So we can manually select these locations using this, and then I can click on this right icon, which was there on the top right. So this is on the top right, you see this right icon, tick icon. This is what we can use to say, okay.
Yeah, that has answered all my queries. But
Thank you.
what I want to say is that in practice, we, especially, you showed wonderful photograph of a butterfly. We don't do it with a smartphone. Generally, we carry a good camera and also a smartphone. So the camera rarely gives us a location unless you have specific cameras with locations.
Right.
So you
Yes.
download from the camera, then probably you will use a laptop to put all of them together. I think
Yes.
in practice, that's what happens. Yeah.
Yes, that's actually right, because what you mentioned, I totally agree with that. If we are using the camera, then in that case, this location will not be picked up automatically. And in that case, we have to use, manually select it. So as I shown on the website and here on the app also, we have the option of manually going to a place and selecting it. Like here also, for example, if I want to search, on the top, I can, in the search option, let's say I can mention the place. For example, if I've taken something at Osman Sagar Lake, I can select Osman Sagar Lake, and then this is coming here, Osman Sagar viewpoint, for example, and then I can select that particular location like this.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay. Any other questions from anybody? Okay. So in the time, in the meantime, I just yeah, please go ahead. Ajay, you are asking. Okay, I don't hear anything. Okay, so what I wanted to mention was that from tomorrow till 22nd, sorry, 27th, which is 7 days. So for a week, we have the practice project on. So what you can do is, like, even today also you can upload some pictures, and tomorrow also you can upload some pictures. So whatever pictures which you upload here will be pulled up in the project of the practice project, and you'll be able to see yourself on the leaders board, which might give you a little bit of motivation, because for the main project, which is happening from 28th till 1st, let's say like around 10 top contributors, both in case of number of observations and number of species, combined more or less. So top 10 people will be selected, participants will be selected, who have either given their best in number of observations or number of species. They will be given some special gifts from WWF India. So yeah, you might want to come on the top of the leaders board. And how do you check the leaders board? You'll be able to see it from tomorrow on the practice challenge, and then from 28th, you'll be able to see it on the main project itself. So what we're looking forward is that from tomorrow, all of you please start uploading pictures for practice, so that and you see it by yourself if you are facing any issues or any problem which is coming. And with that, we'll also be able to see how many people are active here, and if someone is not able to do, we'll be able to help them. So we have the practice challenge starting from tomorrow till 27th. So please upload some pictures, and also, you can share your link on the group so that others can see and they can also be motivated by this. We'll have one or two more sessions. Like one session we are planning to have is by Kobita ma'am, which will be on the plant species of Hyderabad. And we'll also talk about, the specialty of Hyderabad, which is the Hyderabad rocks and the plants which grows near those rocks. So what you can do is, you can also go to some nearby places where you see these boulders around you, and you can see, these some of these animals or plants or grasses near those places, and you can take their pictures and upload them as well. So this is just one of the ideas. You can do it at your home. The idea is basically to have it at home itself. You can, in our home itself, we see a lot of life around us. Like, it can be a gecko, it can be ants, it can be, in the nearby areas in your backyard, in the nearby park or near the roadside, you see lots of these plants and animals. So if some plant is cultivated, like let's say there is a park nearby your place, and in the park the plants are mostly planted. So if the plant the it is planted, this will mark as cultivated. But all the birds and butterflies and all the these birds and butterflies and moths and these which come nearby them, they are wild, so they need not to be marked as cultivated or captivated. So yes, we encourage you all to please start uploading your observations from tomorrow. Also share link of your observations on the group so that others can be motivated. And we'll also share, the leaders code who are running on the top, etc. And then from 28th, we will have the main session. The main challenge. If anyone still have any
Ram sir?
questions, you can ask now. Yes.
Yes, Ram sir, can you show how to upload the photographs, observations in the this project, practice project, which you have
Yes.
created?
Yes. So we don't have to do anything about that. Like whatever I uploaded just now, those are the steps which you have to follow. The practice project will automatically pull up all these observations, and this is a collection project, so this will your observations will be automatically shown there. All you have to do is just make sure that you are in Hyderabad area, so all the observations put up by the Hyderabad people between the dates of the project, it can be practice project or the main project, will be automatically taken like that.
Mr. Ram,
Yes,
see,
sir.
there is a cloud icon, isn't it? Generally, that means that you hit it and all your data will be uploaded. Is that not necessary?
See, only you are talking about the app.
Yeah, I'm talking about smartphone.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. So just I'll share my screen and just ensure. Okay, so here I can go to, let's say, new observation, and it says choose image. I have taken this image. No, sir. Which one are you talking about? You can just click on the right icon, tick icon at the bottom, and that's it. Whatever photos you have selected, only they will be uploaded on the cloud, nothing else. So, any of these photos which you are selecting here, only those are the photos which will be uploaded on the cloud and taken by the iNaturalist. Nothing else will be captured by the app.
So some of you all written in the chat box that you have missed the starting of the session and you want to know about how to operate the app. Since we have recorded this session, we will send the recording of this session so that you can go through and learn about how to observe the upload the observations. And we will have this session and again till 28th. So we will have another session on Sunday or Monday next week.
And we'll also have some physical meets as well, like, nature walk or rock walk kind of thing. So we'll decide about that soon, and we'll get back to you about that. In the meantime, you have recording of the previous session. We'll also have recording of this session available. So if you miss something, you can check it from there. And we'll have more webinars and some physical meets as well. So you can ask your doubts there. And yes, all the participants who participate in this project will be given certificates from WWF. And also the top participants will be given some gifts.
Any queries? We have 8 minutes left. So please feel free to ask if you have any queries. Regarding the recording of session, we will share it with you in the group.
And since I already have the, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, the certificate part, you must also inform that only if they upload the observation certificates, not because they registered on the site or something like that, will they get certificates.
Right, definitely. All the active participants who have registered via WWF and who have uploaded observations will be given the certificates. Yeah.
No, not only via WWF, even if they have participated for CNC, whether it's via WWF or directly through their outlet, that's not a problem. But they should have actually uploaded observations, which we will get a list. So
yes,
that's
definitely.
what I
Yeah. Okay, so I think before we go, I can just quickly show how to upload observations here again, like for those people who joined late, because it will just take a couple a minute or two.
Hey, Ram, so, what is it? Captive and collective, what is it? You have to click that box.
Okay, I'll just show you again, and you can ask me if you have any doubts. Okay, so I am clicking on the iNaturalist app on my screen. I have the app, and then here I can select on this option, and there is this option of new observations at the bottom. Or I think there will also be option of new observations from here, the top right section you see. Sorry, the bottom right section, there is a plus button. So I can either click on this plus button, or I can go from here, and in the bottom you see the new observation. So anything is fine. I can just click on new observations from the bottom right corner. I click on the plus icon, and then I can choose photo. I will select, let's say, 2 photos here. So I can just maybe I can do multiple select photos like this. So I have selected 3 photos. So number 1, we have to select photos. Number 2, if we know the species, or if you want to like compare and see the species. For example, this one, it says firecracker flower. I can click on this arrow, and I can actually compare my photo with this photo. So you see, this is my flower and this is the flower of the suggestion. They are not matching. So I'll just go back. So this is one of the ways which by which you can explore further. I'm not getting into all of these details because, like, once you get familiar with the app and get started with the uploading few observations, they will come naturally to you, I believe. So I can just mention here, this is a plant, and I don't have to mention anything because many people are new. So you don't have to go through all that, and you can just mention that this is a plant. So this is the second step. Number 1, photos. Number 2, mention what you see there. And number 3, just make sure that date and time both are available. In my case, the date and the location both are seen there. In my case, the location is actually not coming because I have changed something in my app where the location is not captured in the photos. Otherwise, the location is most likely will come there. So we can just click on the location here, and then I can click on this icon, which will pick the location where I am. And then from this section in the bottom left portion, I can also mention if I want to make it open or if I want to obscure it. So in that case, others will not be able to see my exact location. This is only for those who don't want to share the exact location. If this is like some sensitive place that they don't want to talk about or whatever. If let's say you are going to, for example, Khajagada Hills, and you want to mention specifically this is the place where you've seen this, please just keep it open so that everyone can see that, okay, this specific place you have seen this particular thing. So that's it. If I have given the date, place, photos, and name of the observation which I've seen, that's all I need to give. If it is a captive or cultivated, I can just check this option. Otherwise, I don't have to. And then I can just upload using this tick option at the bottom. Since I've already uploaded it, I will not do it again. I just want to do it. So this is this is it about how to upload. And yes, if I just give a few seconds summary of City Nature Challenge again for those who joined late. This is a 4 days BioBlitz. Yes, Akbar sir.
Ram sir, since the practice project is created for 7 days, there is a query like, will be the observations for practice session will be counted? So for the main project?
No, they will not. See,
So
the main
it's
event.
a practice session. Yeah.
Yes. The practice session is just for practice for you and us, for all of us, so that you can upload your observation and see how they are appearing in the leaders board. And one more thing, this is like you can make any observations any number of times. So let's say there is a plant near your home, you can observe the plant any number of times. And especially in case of clients at different age, stage of their life, their observations are considered separate anyways. And for birds and insects and plants and all of these butterflies and all of these, you can make your observations multiple times. So whatever observations you are going to make tomorrow for the practice session project, you can also make it again for your main City Nature Challenge. So that's not an issue at all. And in case of plants, we recommend people to make these observations repetitively, so that the stage of the growth of plant is recorded like that. I think that answers your question.
Ram sir, can you click on the add to projects option once?
Yes, sure.
For clarification. Yes.
So add to projects is only if you manually want to add it to projects. And so, for example, I have joined these 3 projects. So it is asking me, do I want to add to any of these things? And there is also this one project which it is suggesting. But I will say, don't go into this screen at all. Okay, you don't have to go into this screen. This is an collection project, which means this will collect all the observations automatically. Okay.
Okay, sir. Nice.
All the observations which are made during this particular time will automatically be captured here.
So that clears all the queries from the participants. So if you have any queries, feel free to ask in the WhatsApp group also. And quickly, I would like to say, we have this People for Planet website. So some of you are facing your issues while logging into the project and applying for the project. So we have created Google form also. So you can just fill the Google form. You can forward that message also if they are facing any difficulty to fill the form or join the project. So from there also we'll take the information and add them into the group. So this is one update.
Yeah. And one more thing, as Swarochi mentioned in the comment section, please do not take pictures now and upload in your City Nature Challenge time. That will not be accepted. But you can take pictures during the challenge and upload it later. For example, the City Nature Challenge is from 28th till 1st of May. So let's say if you have taken some pictures on 1st of May, you can upload it on 2nd or 3rd May also, because the results will be announced on 8th. So after 1 or 2 days also you can do. But do not take pictures now and upload it later. You can take the pictures during the challenge and upload it even after that. But make sure that you are taking those pictures only for that particular time, in that time only.
Any queries?
Then. Yeah. Okay, everyone. So thank you very much for joining the session. I hope this was useful for you all. Just make sure that all of you are added in on the CNC Hyderabad WhatsApp group. If you are not added, kindly message Akbar sir or me. We will add you there. And your friends, if they have joined the project but they have not yet been added to the group, you can ask them to ping us, or there is this Google form link which is circulated by all of you. So you can ask them to fill the Google form so that we can add them to our group, and we'll give you information about the upcoming sessions, like it can be webinar or the physical events. Yes, so that's all about it. Thank you very much for joining. See you all in the practice session, practice challenge from tomorrow, and then in the main challenge from 28th.
Thank you,
Okay,
Ram sir, for the wonderful explanation about the iNaturalist app and the program. So hope we will see most of the observations from every point of Hyderabad, and we may see some beautiful, like some rare observations also. We are expecting that, and to download the iNaturalist app and start uploading the observations. And whenever you are feeling facing difficulty of observation, just let us know. We will be explaining all the details, and we will share the recording of the session also. Thank you very much for joining, one and all. Thank you very much for the session, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye bye.